is a playoff staple, one of the few playoff staples on the show that Wilds hasn't tried to change or get rid of. He actually is a big proponent of most to gain. I don't know why we do 8, but we do 8. We always have. It seems kind of odd, but whatever it is. 8 teams left, I suppose, so we can do it. Number 8, most to gain, Patrick Mahomes. 7th consecutive trip to the AFC Championship game on the line. He would tie Joe Montana for 2nd most playoff wins ever. Say that again. He would tie Joe Montana for the 2nd most playoff wins ever, not through 7 years or up to this point in NFL history, and also tie Joe Montana for the 2nd most conference championship game appearances with 7 of his career, 7 consecutive. Number 7, head coach Dan Campbell. Would he become the most iconic Detroit sports figure since who? Since Barry? Would he become more iconic than Barry Sanders? Since Isaiah Thomas? I don't know. I do know that a team that was almost the go-to line of team futility, that could never, players retired rather than playing for them to be in back-to-back conference championship games, have a 16-win season, and as the 1 seed, he's number 7. Number 6, win for skinny guys everywhere, Jaden Daniels. Best rookie quarterback season ever, if he wins. No rookie quarterbacks ever made the Super Bowl. We've had a few make conference championship games, but the combination of rookie of the year, unbelievable finishes, Hail Marys, 6 wins on the final play of the game, and then winning consecutive road playoff games and doing it against legitimate competition. A Bucs team that had won 4 straight divisions, a Lions team that's the 1 seed, be unbelievable. Yep. Number 5 combo, Stafford and McVay. For both of these guys, the Hall of Fame case becomes much, much stronger. Now, McVay, it's weird because we probably look at him, well, eventually, he would be a Hall of Famer. However, Sean McVay considered walking away a couple years ago. I'm not sure that Sean McVay plans to coach for 30 years. And maybe he does, but
a breather.
But if they were to win this round and then win next round, I think it punches Stafford's ticket. I think the individual stats, and then you add.
He just gets to the Super Bowl.
I think so. I think that his playoff numbers are so spectacular with the Rams. You look back on those Lions teams and say, man, before Dan Campbell, he couldn't compete. And McVay, has coached 8 seasons, has 8 playoff wins, has already been to 2 Super Bowls, been to multiple conference championship games. So they're number 5. Number 4, Jim Murphy, the author of Inner Excellence. Because if the A.J. Brown has a big game, more sales through the roof for Jim Murphy.
I tell you what, I thought about getting that.
I thought you might. And as long as the Eagles keep playing, that story is not going to go away. Number 3, Josh Allen. Bruce called him the best one-man show in the league. Has a chance. You beat Lamar, who potentially beat you out for MVP. You beat an evidently juggernaut Broncos team in the last round. You just listen to their coach and owner talk about them. I mean, that team, nobody wanted to play them. You scored 31 straight, then have a chance to go up against Mahomes next round. Number 2, obviously, Lamar. Step 2 in fully rewriting his career narrative. Step 1, I think he's probably officially slayed the Steelers dragon. He had one going in 4 weeks ago. He'd beaten them once in his career. He's beaten them twice in the last month, including in the playoffs. You then go on the road, play a great playoff game, and then you have a chance up against Patrick Mahomes in the conference championship game. And then at number 1, CJ Stroud. You beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, you're a made man. You can then win 2 playoff games over the next 3 years. No one will care. You can miss the playoffs regularly. No one will care. And little added bonus, you deprive the winner of Bills-Ravens the chance to be the one to do it. Because whoever wins Bills-Ravens, Josh or Lamar, is thinking, all right, last step, let me go beat the final boss. Well, CJ's like, no, I beat you to it. And you'd be one of only 2 active players to beat Patrick Mahomes in a game that matters. Those are the guys with the most to gain, Greg Jennings.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, again, team has never been past this round.
Yep.
So he's excited to do that for his team. But for me, it's Aaron Glenn. Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. Obviously, we know all the injuries that his team has suffered. But with the Lions, when we look at this game, we automatically know and believe they're going to be just fine offensively. The only way that they lose this game is if their defense doesn't show up. Well, if their defense does show up, and they show up in a big way, and he finds a way to eliminate or minimize the impact of your number 6 guy with the most to gain in Jaden Daniels on this list, his stock has to rise as one of the most sought-after head coach candidates coming into this offseason because of what he's been able to do with less. You think about what he would be able to do with a full roster of guys that he would like to implement his scheme. Aaron Glenn has a lot to gain winning this game in this round against that young man, Jaden Daniels.
I like that one. Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. The list, I want to look, if you can put the list back up. Like Mahomes, I get what you're saying, but I'm looking at it more as this game.
Well, it'd be 7 straight AFC title games.
You obviously have to win this to get to the next, either 7 straight, but obviously the three-peat is what is on everybody's mind. I just don't think from this win, I get it, it's a step. But I think what he gains is mystique, more mystique. After coming, like if he goes out there, especially and has this huge offensive game, 300 yards, he hasn't thrown for 4 touchdowns this year. If he did something like that, that sends a wake-up call to everybody in the league. Now he's awake, in the playoffs and stuff. So I think he gains more mystique. Dan Campbell, I don't think gains anything from this game.
Okay.
Really? Like, again, you got to win this week to do what you really want to do. But if he wins this week, they just get back to where they were last year. They are widely expected to win.
That's fair.
If he doesn't win, it's not a big deal. And the guy I want to add, and I'm surprised you haven't had him on there, especially with CJ Stroud number 1, is DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans, the Texans coach, if he were to upset the Chiefs within his 2 years as head coach, he took a 3-win team in a franchise that was famously dysfunctional.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they look like the worst franchise in the league. And he would have taken them to the AFC Championship game, playoffs 2 years in a row, beat the 2-time defending champion Chiefs in Arrowhead. Like, he would have to start being regarded as one of the best coaches. I mean, he already has respect. Sure. But one of the best coaches in the league if you were to do that.
A little bit of sweet, little bit of...
You're not going to do yours, KW?
Well, yeah, we're pressed for time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't want you left out.
You didn't do one, did you?
No, he did one. He's got a good one.
No, we're moving forward. Okay. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour. Now it's the most to lose.
All right, the reason I wanted Wilds to do his is because Wilds brings you up with, I'm sure it'd be funny and everything, because this is really, Wilds is right. This is me. Number 5, Joe Burrow. Hey, listen, back-to-back years, same 4 teams in the AFC playing in this round. Bengals ain't one of them.
Wow.
And we always talk about a big 4 AFC quarterbacks, Patrick, Josh, Lamar, Joe. CJ's like, hey, what about me, guys? And also, a lot of people at this desk really believe that the club that Joe Burrow is the only member of, active quarterbacks to beat Mahomes in game that matters, is getting another person in either this weekend or next weekend. So, Joe Burrow, number 5. Number 4, Danny Parkins. A lot of people saying, is he the James Harden or Aaron Judge or Lamar Jackson of the picks competition? Is he a regular season only performer? Last week, your buddy Nick Wright, the veteran, playoff mode, got 4 picks right.
Playoff mode.
Danny got 2. Now, I know what you're thinking. He only picked 3. Exactly. Why do you only pick 3? Why, it's the playoffs, man. You try to pick every game, like the big leagues now, Parkins. And I'm just telling you, we're coming for the overall record as well. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. Ooh, boy. If they lose, I don't see a lot of ways they lose that doesn't involve Jalen Hurts validating what A.J. Brown was concerned about. And folks aren't going to come for Saquon. They're not coming for that defense. Maybe Sirianni, but that's happened already. It'd be about Jalen Hurts.
Probably right.
Number 2, Bill Belichick. While he's allegedly recruiting at North Carolina, you know what Andy Reid's going to do this weekend? Win number 300. Win number 300 for Andy would be Saturday. Playoff win number 27. Bill Belichick is sitting at 31, just 4 away. 333 total. Just 4 behind. All of a sudden, if Andy wins this weekend, is it like, wait, Andy's passing me in 2 years.
There's more
on
people
everything?
talking about Danny Parkins than Bill Belichick.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, listen. America, just watch the football game on Saturday and see if the Andy Reid's 300 win doesn't come up. I think it will, and the Belichick stuff will come. We try to be ahead of the curve on the show. Wilds. Number one, everybody knows. Come on, Brou and Lamar. They've played this all wrong, Greg. Could have been the underdog.
It would be bad.
I didn't know if I'd be on there by myself.
They could have said, Brou could have been like, man, not supposed to win in Buffalo. Can't hold it against us. The Bills have been there before. It's you know how hard it is to beat a great team twice in 1 year. Yeah. All that. Instead, Brou set it up like it's David and Goliath, and he's Goliath. Well, listen. Brou knows that book better than me, but I think David won that fight. And I just think you're setting this up poorly. So, there is the most to lose. What are you laughing at, Wilds? My biblical humor? I'm a scholar.
I like the biblical reference.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.